Hi everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris. So, let's continue where we left off, and hopefully we'll find some anomalies soon, because I wanted to show you how exactly that works. But I can show you the exact effect of excess food on population growth, because the more food you have, the more excess food you have, the faster your population is going to grow. Right now our growth rate is 1.5 per month, and as a side note, you can actually move this ghost citizen around, and he will start working the exact tile you assign him to. Hold that thought. Space Amoebas. Right, that's the special project we just finished. We were investigating alpha aliens. Space Amoebas. The entities encountered by our fleets some time ago are spaceborne forms of life, quickly nicknamed Space Amoeba following an analyst's gross misreading of initial sensor output. The creature is in fact larger than the average Terran corvette. Further study is warranted. We may choose to either remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Earth, or attempt to swiftly bring down a specimen to study, and eventually commercially exploit its remains. So, we have a choice. We can issue a special project, or we can bring them down. Let's issue a special project. So that will give us yet another project in the situation log. Right here. Space Amoeba observation. That will take 90 days and will use society research. I'm okay with this. So, back to Earth for a moment. We got 6 excess food right now, but since we finished that mining network, it would be a good idea to start working that right away. Because we're going to need a lot of minerals to expand. Which means we can just move one person here, and that will drop our growth rate from 1.5 per month to 1.2 per month. We lost 2 out of 6 excess food, and that decreased our growth rate by 20%. So that's that. But we do need the minerals, which means we'll work the minerals. The colony ship alone is going to cost us 350 minerals, and anything you build with the construction ship also costs minerals. So yeah, minerals are pretty important. Not to mention you also need minerals to clear blockers. Also energy, but energy is not really a big deal. Energy is mostly maintenance. It is used for some things like clearing the blockers. Okay, Space Amoebas forever. We finished our study. And we'll get plus 5% evasion modifier. Very nice. And nothing new in the situation log. We can still investigate beta aliens, but at this point I think I'd rather finish our research to get that colony ship. We didn't actually find any continental planets yet, but we just finished surveying our home system. It looks like there is a continental world right here. Alright, let's go check out that system in that case. We'll survey that one next. And right, let's start some more mines. Mining station here, that's plus 3 energy. We're only getting plus 1 energy right now, so that's not amazing. Okay, let's take a look around. Continental here as well, nice. Okay. And it's a pretty big planet too, planet size 20. And what about this one? What's the size here? Planet size 12. Okay, this one is a little bit smaller, but 20 is actually quite a lot. What's Earth at? 16. So that's actually a bigger planet than Earth. Not bad.
Anomaly found.
And we found an anomaly. Alright, so anomalies are basically things you find while surveying planets, stars, and these kinds of things. And each anomaly will have a level which indicates the difficulty and potential rewards. So it's basically the risk versus reward factor, and failure risk, which depends on the anomaly level, but also on the skills and experience of your scientist on the science ship. So right now we got 22% failure risk, and a failure can result in you losing the scientist, or even losing the science ship itself. 22% is quite high, but it can go as high as 40–50% at the start of the game when you have an inexperienced scientist. 22% is actually quite reasonable. If we had a level 3 anomaly, for example, this would be much higher, and then I probably wouldn't bother just yet. Let's research it. It won't take very long. You can find all kinds of things from anomalies. So we'll see what this one is going to be. Let's unpause. And we'll find out. Alpha Centauri 1. And you can see that there's an anomaly right here. So it's easy to find. It's also marked on the galaxy map. So if you find an anomaly with very high failure risk, you can very easily find it later and go back. And what did we get? The Cybrex. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Alpha Centauri 1. Incredibly, this civilization, which apparently referred to itself as the Cybrex, seems to have been made up of machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness. The age of the artifacts indicates they were active some 600,000 years ago, in this portion of the galaxy at least. But we have learned nothing of their exact origins. Begins the Precursors Cybrex event chain. Okay, that's actually kind of good. I never actually finished this chain. And you don't get told where you can find these artifacts. You have to find them somewhere around the galaxy. This is an event chain I've seen 2 or 3 times already, but I never actually managed to finish it. Maybe we'll get a chance to finish it in this game, who knows? The problem is that these artifacts can be pretty much anywhere in the galaxy, and the galaxy is pretty damn big. 600 stars, each with several planets, potentially. So let's evaluate that planet. We can go directly to this planet if we want to survey it a little bit faster, because we can. Alright, we still need one more mine, I believe. Yes, we do. And that's going to be the last one. Actually, no, that's not going to be the last one. We still need one more over here. Alright. That's +9 energy from mines in our home system. That's really nice. Free society research, right, so we can build a research station here for plus free society research. But this is likely going to be the first planet we colonize. Or maybe the other one. Yeah, this one had 20 population. So assuming this one will be habitable, which it should be, we can colonize that one first. This is actually within our borders, so we could build a research station there right away. Which isn't a terrible idea. But let's finish surveying this system. We can check the surface. So the way it works is that once we actually colonize this planet, there's no need to build a research station. We got free society research on this tile, and we can build a science lab here to get this bonus. But depending on how fast we manage to colonize this, it might still be worth building a research station. Because free society research is a lot compared to our total value right now. That would increase our society research significantly. And we are still working on the colony ship. I will likely go for this planet first. This is actually a pretty good start. We got 2 potentially nice planets in our range, which isn't always the case. Sometimes it's pretty hard to find easily habitable planets, because the galaxy is procedurally generated. It's random every single time you start a new game. So you're not guaranteed to have planets easy to colonize. Sometimes you have to spend a while to actually look for them. Alright, let's go survey that other system. And how's our research doing? We still need 2 more years to finish society research. Alright. We could move our military a bit. We can't actually survey systems with our military, but we can get a rough idea of what's in the actual system. Because without moving there, we don't know what's there at all. And if we move our military fleet, we'll get at least a look at the planets. Okay, encounter in one of these systems. We have encountered some form of alien vessels. That's probably an empire. One of the AI empires. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Right, situation log, F5. I'll be using F5 to go to the situation log because it's just way more convenient. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be our first neighbor. But at this point, I'd like to get the colony ship, so we won't be working on the alpha, beta or gamma aliens until we finish our society research. So, construction ship, we still need one more mine. Let's just build it right away. There we go. That's going to be a fair bit of energy. Quite happy about that. So, you there. Show me that planet. Let's just go to that planet directly. Yep, that's where he's going now. Alright. Some systems can have a lot of resources. Or a lot of research. You can also find resources on a planet as a result of the Anomaly event. Okay, what's going on? Oh yeah, Habitable World Survey. So this is an event that you get every single time at the start of the game, or at least I had this every single time I started a new game. So this begins the Habitable Worlds Survey event chain. The objective here will be to basically find 8 colonizable planets, and you'll get some rewards for that. There's no real reason to say no, at least there's really no reason that I've seen to say no. So yeah, we'll accept that. And we need to find 8 habitable worlds. So we don't have to do anything special, just keep surveying the systems. I might get one more science ship to speed things up. Alright, let's take a look at this planet. It's not bad. We got some physics research down here. And we got 3 different types of blockers. So once we colonize this planet, we'll get research that will allow us to remove each individual blocker type. There will be a separate tech to remove each of these blocker types. There are 4 blocker types here actually. Active volcano, mountain range, dense jungle and dangerous wildlife. And as you can see, removing these is more expensive than removing blockers on your home planet. This costs 100 energy and 100 minerals, while removing these only costs 37. These are special because this is your home planet. There are no blockers like these anywhere else. These are just on your home planet, and that's it. Alright, I think we should build a science lab. So, what do we want? Society? I don't want to neglect other areas either, but eventually we'll want a science lab on each of these tiles. Let's get the society, because society is going to be really important early on, not just for the colony ships, but there will be techs that will allow us to colonize other types of planets, and not just continental. So right here, for example, we got ocean and tropical, but we won't be able to colonize those until we get a tech that allows us to do exactly that. Alright, so let's check some other systems. So yeah, while we can't actually see what's going on here, because we moved our military to this system, we can see the actual planets. We can see this is a size 18 planet. We can't see the surface because we didn't survey it. But we know it's a tropical world, we know it's size 18 and so on. We just don't know what exactly is there. Our scientist gained a level, nice. He didn't get any new traits, but he gained a level. Space Amoeba, okay, pause the game for a moment. We got Space Amoebas invading our home system or something. Okay. So, if your civilian ship, because construction ships and science ships are civilian ships, they cannot fight. If they end up in the same system with anything hostile, they will automatically retreat every single time. They will not fight ever. And you can prevent them from automatically retreating. Well, also, one thing you should do early in the game is build more ships. Because it's very, very easy to neglect your fleet. And you should not neglect your fleet. Because you will be in trouble sooner or later. So, as much as we need the minerals for colony ships, we want to build up our fleet over time. Every time we get a chance to. It's really easy to get caught off guard Not just by the alien empires, but by other types of events. You can get pirates early on, and pirates can destroy your mining station, for example. So if you don't have a fleet that can deal with pirates, they will just destroy your mining stations, which not only hurts your income, it wastes your resources. Alright, research is done, so we unlocked the engineering facility, which is an upgraded science lab basically. The science lab is 1 in everything, the engineering facility 1 will be 1 in physics, 1 in society and 2 in engineering. And we also unlocked plus 5% research speed. And now we can pick new research. Let's have a look what's available. We can get the power hub. The power hub is quite nice because it gives you energy credits bonus on an entire planet. It does cost some influence, and influence is a pretty important resource. I don't think I will be building this just yet, there's just no need, because we're getting a lot of energy from mining stations in the Sol system. So we don't need that. We can get fusion power, so this unlocks a new reactor for our ships, because every ship needs to have positive power output. Every component, or well, not every component, but many components will use power, and you cannot save the design that has negative power. So we can get a more efficient generator. I will show you how ship design works a little bit later. There's not much to see there yet. And right, what was the third? Planet fortification toughness plus 20%, and we can unlock shields for our ships. I think I prefer the fusion reactor. Let's go for the fusion reactor. And in engineering, what do we have here? We can unlock our first strategic resource. So strategic resources are pretty damn rare. Once we unlock this, chances are I won't have any just yet. Some are more rare than the others, but as a general rule, strategic resources are very rare. Sometimes you'll even go to war over strategic resources, because a large area of space can only have like 1 or 2. It's very likely to happen, and you might want to secure it from your neighbor. So in case of this one, it's used to build a special power plant, which will give us more energy than a regular power plant. We don't really need energy all that much right now, so maybe we'll go for the alternatives. We can also unlock the defense platform, which is basically kind of like a space station that you build with your construction ship. It's a defensive space station, or in this case a platform. There are bigger ones later. Or we can get an ion thruster, which is a component for the ship. If I go to ship designer, that's this slot right here. What do we want then? I think we'll actually go for the thruster. Once I unlock a couple of components, I'll show you how ship design works. Yep, let's go for the thrusters. So as you probably noticed, there's this small icon here, S indicator. This basically means that this goes in a small size slot, which is the case with thrusters. But this matters because many ships can have different size slots. Well, you know what, let's just go over ship design right now. We can start a new design. We only have the Corvette, unfortunately, so there's not much I can show you. But I can show you how it works in general. So every ship will have several hull sections. There's usually more than one, but Corvettes only have one. Bigger ships will have 3. And you can pick what kind of section you can use exactly. And these will have different number of weapon slots and utility slots. Different sizes. So we could go for one small size and one medium size slot for the weapons, like this. Or we could go for 3 small ones, or we could go for 1 small but 2 medium slots for utility. These can be used for reactors, but they can also be used for shields. We had an option to research shields. We don't currently have any shields or armor, but these slots down here are generally used for either shields or armor. Or reactors, but we won't need 5 reactors here, that would be silly. So, and we currently only have 1 weapon because we didn't research anything better. If we hover over these size indicators, we'll get the exact stats of this size weapon. So this is the difference between small and medium. We got the power usage, we got the damage, cooldown, accuracy, range, and average damage. So the medium one not only does more damage, it also has better range, 50% better range. But it's slightly less accurate. Let's go for, well, I'm not really going to design a ship like this because there's not much point. The default design is pretty good. I mean, it's not really good, but you don't have a lot of options. Because you just don't have enough components to use. We'll design our own manual designs once we get more components to use. Right now we only have one weapon. We have like one type of component that can go in utility slot. There's just nothing special we can do with this. These slots on the right side are basically your engine, so the wormhole modulator, the combat computer, the thrusters. We are getting plus 10 chance to evade from the thrusters right now, and a radar system, which is basically our sensor range. And these are our ship stats on the right side. You can't save a design if you don't have positive power. So that's what the better reactors are for. If you can get positive power with fewer reactors, you can use the saved slots for additional armor, for example. And that's the ship design in a nutshell. The one part I really like is that the ship type can be turned into quite a few different things with these sections. It's not quite obvious, or it's not as diverse in case of a corvette, because that's the smallest possible ship. But with bigger ships, you can get really different designs from just that specific hull. Once you get battleships, for example, you can use huge slots on the battleship to turn it into a carrier kind of deal, get fighters and bombers, or you can load it with tons of different weapons, and it's going to be the same exact hull, the battleship, but it will use completely different sections. It's a pretty good system, it works quite well. So, science ship, it needs to do something useful. What do we want to survey? Let's have a look. Tomb World. Okay, this is just a planet type, basically. It's just not one of the planet types that you can select as your preference when you create your empire. We can go survey it, if we want to, but I'm pretty sure we won't actually find anything of interest in there. It's just going to be a regular planet. And we'll check a few other systems with our military.
Construction complete.
Oh, we finished... Right, we finished some additional ships. Now we can merge both our fleets. So we can send one. Actually, we can do it from this level. If I press Shift and select two different fleets, then I can select merge. So that merges selected fleets into one, or into as few fleets as possible. And the fleets selected last will merge into fleets selected first. Alright, let's check that Tomb World. Come on, chop chop. Are we there yet? We are almost done with our colony ship research, so I'll be saving up 350 minerals now, because that's how much a colony ship costs. And we got some decent planets we can colonize right away. Come on, bro. So yeah, as I said, this is basically just one of the planet types. It's just tough to colonize it, and you can select it as your preference. Anyway, I think this is a good moment to make a cut. It will be a bit of a shorter episode, I suppose. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.